Sherlock Holmes and H.P. Lovecraft from the Gryphon Books Archives. Hi, I'm Gary Lovisi, and this time we're going to take a look at some of the earlier books that I did under Gryphon Books, my Gryphon Books imprint. In 1990, I published Ralph Vaughan's Sherlock Holmes and the Ancient Gods, which actually teamed up Sherlock Holmes with H.P. Lovecraft in the fight against Cthulhu, and that book was this one here, and it's one of the earliest team ups of Sherlock Holmes with H.P. Lovecraft and putting Sherlock Holmes in a horror situation. I think Pete Cannon's book was the only one that was earlier with a Lovecraft and Holmes team up. But Ralph Vaughan did this one for a magazine called Holmes Federation. Sig Landon, a woman fanzine editor from Oregon, put out Holmes Federation magazine, which was like a combination of Sherlock Holmes and Star Trek stories and fan fiction. That she saw the connection between Mr. Spock and Sherlock Holmes as being kind of similar. So in her magazine, she put these all these kind of cool stories together. And Ralph Vaughan's short story, Sherlock Holmes and versus the Ancient Gods, with H.P. Lovecraft, appeared in that magazine. And then I got in touch with Ralph. I loved the story. I loved the idea of it, and I published it in 1990 in this little booklet, 36-page booklet. And another nice thing about it is all the covers are by Earl Geyer. Earl was a Chicago artist who really does striking images in black and white, really sharp, beautiful artwork. The cover for this is a wraparound. And it's a Lovecraftian theme, and he did different illustrations. Sherlock Holmes and Lovecraft meeting at Baker Street, various other illustrations, and some of them are okay. So here's one with Lovecraft at Holmes's Baker Street lodgings, and they're discussing the case. And here's the original art. This is the original illustration that was used for this this booklet. And Earl Geyer does a great job. A lot of intricate work on his art. He does a beautiful job. And it's just really amazing. And this is a lot of takes in a lot of Sherlock Holmes and H.P. Lovecraft and horror. And the next book the book was very successful. Ralph was really happy with it. The only thing that you'll notice is the second book was Sherlock Holmes in the Dreamlands. And takes place in the Dreamlands of H.P. Lovecraft. And Nicholas Tesla appears among other famous people with Lovecraft and Holmes. And the only thing is, like Ralph Vaughan's his name was spelled wrong by the artist, Vaughn, as is supposed to be Han. One is a Welsh spelling and one is the English spelling. I guess that's the English spelling. So it was a mistake on that. But it's interesting that, this is a really cool cover art that Earl did for this wraparound cover again. Some of these pieces of art I still have somewhere, but I don't know exactly where. But I did find a few, and that's why I want to share them with you. I think they're pretty cool. It's Sherlock Holmes. This was from 1992, and here's one of the original illustrations for this. This is in the Colorado laboratory, where they go back in through a dimension into Lovecraft's dreamlands. And this is the original illustration by Earl Geyer again for that. And this one has a additional short story, The Laughing Moon Beast, and the other illustrations. I think there's one other here. Okay, so here's another one. And this is The Calling of Nyclaratop, the one of the Cthulhu, the gods of the Cthulhu mythos. Another beautiful black and white illustration by Earl Geyer. And really cool stuff. It's nice to have that original art, and it's really nice to be able to have done these great stories. They're terrific to read. The Adventure of the Laughing Moon Beast was another short story that continues the saga. And then the third one is Professor Challenger in the Dreamlands, and this has Professor George Edward Challenger, Doyle's other hero. That stands probably the second most popular hero of Doyle's, other than Sherlock Holmes. And he goes into the Dreamlands to rescue Lovecraft, to find Sherlock Holmes. And it's a cool story, really great story. And his illustration by Earl Geyer. Really great artist. Really great artist. He did a lot of really nice work. I believe, and then there's one of the Lovecraftian monsters. These books were reprinted, and they sold very well. People were really loved them and really enjoyed them, and I'm very happy about that. And Ralph Vaughan did a terrific job on them. He's a great writer. He also wrote a few other books continuing these that were published in trade paperback by me and under the Gryphon Books logo. Sherlock Holmes and the Coils of Time was one of them, with Juka Murtasari cover art. And there was, I believe there was another one, but I just wanted to showcase these first three with the artwork to begin with, to show you. And again, I like to just put out the artwork, the original art.
And did you say they were reprinted someplace if people wanted to read this?
Yeah, all of the Ralph Vaughan, Sherlock Holmes, Lovecraftian stories, these three booklets, and then the other books that I did, all of them that I did, they were my books were the originals, paperback originals, but they've all been reprinted in one book by Wildside Press, by Ralph Vaughan. And if you're a Sherlockian, if you're a Lovecraftian, if you're a Sherlockian Lovecraftian or a Lovecraftian Sherlockian, you're going to like these stories. They're really, really top-notch and very exciting and fun and interesting. And horror, it's great. He's good at bringing Lovecraftian horror to light, and I think you'll enjoy these. So just wanted to share this from the Gryphon Archives. Came upon these early illustration art from 1990, 30 plus years ago, and hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, share it and give us a like and a thumbs up. See you next time. Thank you.